Hey everybody, welcome to your Thursday edition of Box Seats. I'm your host, Frank Holder, sitting here doing what we normally do. I am with the host and other comedians known as Talent and Fig, have been in the comedy game for such a long time. They've been in comedy films, they've been in comedy specials, comedy commercials, comedy tours. They've been in everything that you can name in comedy, and now they have expanded their resume by being in something that we call a comedy talk show. First of all, how you guys doing today?
Oh, I'm good, brother. I'm good. Fig, how you doing?
I guess he's doing okay.
Yeah, man. What the deal?
I guess he's doing okay. He'll get up to his speed in a second.
Right. Fig said, whatever, man.
Yeah, up there. Fig was doing something else. Like, I'm there. Anyway, you know how I always do. I always get the show started with a COVID report, and today was one of those days where I have to shorten it because there was like 7 things, but I'm only going to give 3, top 3 things because the COVID report seems to be getting longer and longer every day. The biggest news in the COVID report is that the Giants offensive coordinator, Jason Garrett, he tested positive for COVID-19 this morning. He will not be on the sidelines calling a game for the Giants this week. The Ravens placed 3 wide receivers on the COVID-19 list: Marquise Brown, Miles Boykin, and James Prochet. So that's huge. Tampa Bay running back Ronald Jones was placed on the COVID-19 reserve list also. Wow. Now, mind you, I just said the top 3. There's about 7 items. And so I'm not going to get in too deep in all the 7 items because it's just way too many. I want to talk about the NBA preseason games last night. But before I do, there was a news item that came out last night that, you know how I do, guys. I like to find something that I don't think anybody's talking about and start out the show with that. And this one, when I tell you is huge, it should be the top line story. I'm still surprised that ESPN and those other guys are not talking about that. Now, here's the story. The Negro League, the now defunct Negro Baseball League, is now about to be classified as a major league. Major League Baseball is going to be looking at the Negro League as literally a major league, and they are going to include all of their statistics, everybody who did what, all past statistics, all records, everything that pertaining to Major League Baseball, that Major League Baseball would say and would count as, records and whoever broke what, when, who, why. You know what I mean? That's huge because, as we all know, the Negro Leagues, for all those years that they played until they got defunct, they were not even noticed or recognized in playing Major League Baseball. So to me, it's huge. My question to you, gentlemen, is this something that you think Major League Baseball is doing to try to start to encourage African-American boys, young men to start playing more baseball?
Well, I think this is as a result of the climate we're in. Black Lives Matter.
Right.
So we're trying to, most of us anyway, anybody that got any sense, in their head, we're trying to fix the wrongs done, I think. Right. So they know that all those years, this is a bona fide league. And bona fide players, star players, some better than that was in the major league, were in the Negro League, and then some played both. They're just trying to right the wrongs. You know what I mean? They know it's been wrong all this time to go, unappreciated, so to speak. And they're just trying to right the wrongs. I think it's the climate. Black lives truly matter in baseball.
Okay. Fig, you agree with what he's saying?
Yeah, man. I think the climate has something to do with it, and I think it could be 3 things. 1, the climate I think has a lot to do with it. 2, I think is what you said, maybe trying to get more Black athletes to come play Major League Baseball because the numbers have been dwindling over the years, and last but not least, man, it like we that popular culture, man. We make things exciting. When we get involved in things, people get interested and we make it exciting. We are popular culture, especially in America.
Could this literally turn off a lot of Major League Baseball fans who already are fans if they include records such as, let's just say there's a record that, now I haven't seen any of them I haven't seen any of the records right now, but let's just say there's a record right now of a Black athlete who eclipsed basically Hank Aaron or Babe Ruth in home runs for a season. You know what I mean? Could that turn off some fans? Or could they literally be saying, you know what, we're starting to boycott? You know what I mean? Talent? Could it?
I think I get your point. I think that's why everything happens for a reason, and timing is everything. I think right now, the people who probably would have been most offended if that does happen, Frank, they dead. They dead, or they're no longer involved in the sport. They're elderly. So the people, I think everything in business nowadays, if you pay attention, everybody's going for the younger audience and the younger patron, because the youth is the future. So if I want to invest in the future, I'm going to grab that 20-something-year-old, because I got 40, 50 years with this guy. That guy who's 70, I don't have 50 more years with that guy. But this guy I do. So I think everything is geared towards this whole movement and everything. The young people have taken it over and jumping hurdles. That's what I think.
Right. What about you, Fig? What you think?
I guess people will be offended, but it's almost like the same thing I said about basketball. Before the leagues merged and they started allowing black players to play with the white players. It's just like what happens to those records? Because as soon as black players came in, we started smashing them. Mm-hmm. We started smashing all of the records. You know what I mean? I hate to say it like this, but for the most part, if you're just going to talk in generalities, we're better athletes. You know what I mean? So the Negro League, had those guys been allowed to play in a major league, they would have busted those records anyway.
Okay, so let me ask you the last question. Last question about the Major League Baseball instituting the Negro League. Last question about this is, do you think that Major League Baseball will now relaunch the Negro League as a subsidiary to their obviously existing league right now? Or do you think he's going to leave it defunct? What do you think they're going to do, Talent?
Well, I think you leave it defunct. It's history. It's history. So, making it happen again, trying to rekindle that thing, I don't like that. I think, I'm all for equality and unification, and I'm away from separatism. You know what I mean? Because separatism is how we got in this junk in the first place. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'm all for unification. So the one league is fine. Just the recognition of everything that was done in history and putting that in the record books and everything. In other words, those people didn't play and die in vain. I'm all for that.
Okay, what you think, Vic?
I think back in the time, that's what they wanted. You know what I mean? Those cats in the Negro League, they wanted to play in the major league, and the reason that there was a Negro League is because they wasn't allowed to play. It's almost like asking, do you want to go back and have your own water fountain and your own bathrooms and your own restaurants and stuff like that? To me, I don't want to get political, but it's like a two-edged sword. On the one thing, when we integrated, we lost a lot of our own businesses. You know what I mean? We lost our grocery stores, our black-owned businesses when we integrated. So on the one hand, we want equality, but on the other hand, I don't, we don't want to lose that entrepreneurship spirit, right, where we have the ability to make our own community self-sustaining with our own banks, grocery stores, and what have you.
And that's a whole nother long conversation. We can go on and on like that. So I choose not to do that right now. We only got an hour. I also saw another news item this morning that flashed up. And again, I want to jump to basketball and football, stuff like I normally do. But there was a bill. Lawmakers are passing a bill, trying to get a bill introduced. It is called the Ncaa Reform Bill, where they're going to compensate college athletes and guarantee scholarships, right? And then also pay back Division I and Division II players. They are going to pay the players who are playing now for men and women in all sports, and back pay for all people who played. Now, I'm not sure, but I think that if they do introduce this bill, I think it'll pass. What do you think, Talent?
Oh, it'll pass. People have been waiting for this forever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think it'll definitely pass. That's no question. My thing is, that's part one. Part two is, what is the pay? Like you say, I'm paying back pay, but it's $10 a year. You know what I mean? Like you walk away with $100. It's like doing a guest spot at the Comedy Store, the Laugh Factory in LA. I think they pay $12.50, and they want you to fill out a W-9. The paper costs $12.50. I'm not filling.
But I think they're going to pay them and then also offer them some scholarships on top of the pay. So I think that they're going to not pay them what they really could pay, but they're going to say, hey, we paying for you, you're giving you a free ride, and we're paying you. So I think it's not going to be a lot, I don't think, but I think they are going to give them something to be able to at least live off of. But anyway, what you think, Fig? You hear the news about this?
I think that every time somebody says Bill, it goes back to my childhood when I hear, I'm just a Bill.
Yes, I'm only a Bill.
Yeah, man, listen. The thing is that it's long overdue. Because here's the thing. These guys, these athletes, and I'm only talking football and basketball. I'm talking about the athletic programs that actually generate money.
Right.
The reason that you get the big stars, the big recruits, is because people want to see them.
Mm-hmm.
And that translates to TV contracts, people in the stands. Like we go back, I know a few of us said that when Zion played, those tickets in the stands were more than a regular NBA game. So people paid a lot of money just to see this kid play, which means these athletes are generating money. It's a crime and a shame in America that you can't eat from the amount of money that you generate. You should get a piece of that pie because you're actually generating the whole thing. So it needs to be, you need to pay them, and it needs to be substantial, because without them, there would be no money.
You know what? If a college athlete was to create a T-shirt with just them, let's just say it's Zion. Imagine this talent. I know this is really gonna ring to you because you got your T-shirts and everything, and you got your thing. Imagine if Zion was to put out his own logo or something like that has nothing to do with the obviously the college he's playing for or something like that. I think that would set a lot of things straight, because I think people would be really upset about that, and he could easily say, hey, I'm just selling these T-shirts to help me compensate and make some money. You know what I mean? Because it's not against the law for him to create his own T-shirt line. You know what I mean? It's not against the law. He created his own. So if there's another athlete who's in college right now, he makes his own. If he contacts talent, he says, yo, talent, my man, I need to create my own T-shirt line. You said, don't worry about that, dog. I got you. And then you make him his own T-shirt line and everything else. Is it written anywhere saying he can't do that? No. So I think that'll correct everything.
Actually, I think I could be wrong, Frank. I think there's some kind of rule in college where you can't make money off of your own name. Like, you know what I mean? I think I don't know how in depth it is or how detailed it is, but there is something where they don't want you to make money off your name. Because certainly you can't use your jersey and all. Like, you can't make money off your own likeness.
I think you can't use your name to sell anything in association with a school that you can't have Zion shirt on a Duke shirt. I think you can't do that. You know, I think that's what it is. But I think you can do a Zion in the back and then Zion, hey, it's Zion on the front. I think you can do that. You know what I mean? But nobody's done it because, dude, they're in college. They're trying to earn a living. You already know that. Just to take the time to even start your own businesses, that's a whole nother thing. But anyway, we're getting off topic right now. Let me jump back into getting into the sports thing about last night. We saw some sports games. We saw some preseason NBA games. The biggest highlight in the game, of course, of the whole night was the Lakers. The Lakers are playing again last night. I am going to talk about this James Harden thing real fast, but I like the new look Lakers, man, when I saw the new look Lakers. But I also got to say, talent, I really like the new look Phoenix Suns, bro. I ain't going to front. I really like the new look Phoenix Suns. And I've been saying this to you guys both on the screen. I said, they're going to surprise some people, and they didn't have all the bells and whistles. That was their first game. I think they're going to surprise some people out west. But that's just me. I'm going to throw it back to you because now you had your opinion before. I want to see if you changed your opinion since. What you think?
No. No. Listen.
Okay.
Stop playing, man. Hey, listen, this is the same thing you did with this little Murray kid in the NFL. You jumped out the gate dumb early. You got to understand it's a full season. We didn't even start yet. It's preseason. You know what I mean? You know what it's like, Frank? It's like, we just talked about this on a different show last week. It's like soul food. A Fig, you know this from being in Harlem. Sylvia's had the best soul food in the world. Mm-hmm. And then They started getting too much business and they franchised out. Once you start dealing with the masses and mass producing, all of a sudden, it didn't taste the same. This is what you do with the teams. You did it with Kyler Murray. Oh, this kid, let me tell you something. Next thing you know, 3-4 games in a row. Where is he? I don't know. I think he's in the men's room. You doing it with Phoenix now. Hey, go Phoenix, preseason. Yo. No, they're not. They're going to be very decent. They're not going to be bummed out. I will say that. I'll go on record and let you know they're going to be pretty good. But they're not going to be this thing you making them be. Nine. No.
All right, Fig, I throw the same question to you, man. When you saw the game last night, do you see the potential in the Phoenix Suns? I mean, we already knew what the Lakers were. We see the Lakers. We know what the Lakers are. No surprise there. You know what I mean? No surprise at all, to be honest with you, at the Lakers. They are what we thought they were. But the Phoenix Suns, I don't know, man. I mean, hey, I'm not a Phoenix Suns fan at all, but I saw potential. That's all I'm saying.
I think I talked about it yesterday. I think maybe as early as yesterday about the Phoenix Suns. Yo, man, Devin Booker is that dude. This kid, Ayton, I think he's getting his man legs, like his NBA legs now. They got Chris Paul. They got Crowder. I don't know what the bench is like, really, because, you can't really tell.
Right.
But these guys, man, you know what? I'm not saying they're going to win the championship. Just understand that. But I do think that they will be in the playoffs. And I don't think the teams are going to be lining up to say, yeah, that's the team that I want.
Well,
I would rather see Damian Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers than they're going to want to see Phoenix Suns because of that kid. If they're healthy, that kid DeAndre Ayton is young and he runs the floor. Devin Booker just flat out all world. We know what Chris Paul is.
Yeah,
we know what Crowder is.
You can't underestimate the combination of Crowder and Paul alone. Those dudes give extra to their team. Give
me a guesstimate. We know that the 8 spots get it, right? Top 8 spots coming out the West. Where they falling? If you guys had to guess.
If I had to guess, I would say 7 or 6. That's what I had to guess. If I had to guess.
I would give them my best guess would be 6.
Yeah, 7.
I got the Lakers, the Clippers. I think Dallas could squeak in. Definitely Denver, and
so you already at 6 now.
But guys, we're on the same page. We're talking three different conversations. We got them ended up in the same 6, 7.
Yeah, but the thing is, the only reason why it's a conversation because last season they weren't even in the playoffs. This season they will be in the playoffs.
And the thing is that here's the thing. I think once they get in the playoffs, I think they're gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I think they will too. And if there's a team that overlooks them the same way the Clippers overlooked Denver, you know what I mean? You overlook somebody, you can be the 2021 version of the upset of the season. You know what I mean? You cannot sleep on any NBA team in the West. You just can't.
Put it to you this way. The same way Murray was last year.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see this kid, Devin Booker.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
I would take Devin Booker over Murray all day, every day, and twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
I got Devin Booker all day.
Yeah, Devin Booker is a beast, and he's very underrated, and he's in a horrible market because he'd be a bigger star if he was in a better market. We all know that. Let's talk about something else too, man. This is something that all I could think of is when I heard it this morning, I was like, you know what? I'm glad we don't have him. Gordon Hayward fractured his hand last night in the game.
Oh!
And what people don't realize is he's day to day. The Celtics had Gordon Hayward with a fractured hand day to day. He was out 3.5 weeks. You know what I mean? So all I know is Gordon Hayward, he got paid a $120 million contract. And in the first preseason game, talent, he fractured his hand. So, you know what? I'm sitting here like, you know what? I'm glad we ain't got him no more. You know what I mean? What's your thought when you hear this talent? What's your thought?
I was happy for you. I don't get happy for Boston. I was very happy. I was like, see, how many times have we said it on this show? And we don't wish ill injuries on nobody. but we just call a spade, and this guy got to be top 10 unlucky players in my lifetime. This dude is he about 2 breaks away from Grant Hill.
Break away from Grant. Yeah, that's
Grant Hill's number 1. Grant Hill, he at the top. He hard to get.
Yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, dang, dude, really? You just got in the game. He wasn't even in the game 2 quarters and he fractured his hand. Like, I mean, wow. I don't know, Fig, when you hear that, man, and he fractured his hand, he's day to day. What's your thought process?
I think of the movie Unbreakable with Sam Jackson. You understand? Yo, he need to change his name to Gordon Glass. Crystal, this kid, man. This kid breaks every time man, I'm just like, you know what? He really needs to go to some specialists and find out if he got that breakable thing, man. He might have a slight case of that illness that makes your bones really brittle and easy to break, man. Because this kid, man,
it's hilarious.
I feel sorry for Mike Jordan, man. Mike Jordan, it's like
he can't
it's like he made a deal. Well, listen, I don't like to say that, but man, it's like, let me win these championships and then I'm gonna own the team and it's never gonna be any good. I don't care who I get.
Let me tell you something. The day I feel sorry for a billionaire.
Yeah, I know, right?
If I'm the coach, I want to know how he broke the hand. Like if you broke the hand on like a pass, catching the ball, you fired. I don't need you around here. We catch balls all day, pause.
All I'm saying is he'll never be a candidate for Got Milk.
Not forget again, he won't even never be in a commercial. He'll never be even in the same thing.
Not a milk commercial, he won't be.
He sure won't be. But let me talk about Michael Porter last night. Michael Porter Jr. last night balled out for the Denver Nuggets, man. Denver, they blew out Portland. And the game was, of course, you know how you see the score and you look at the score. You go, oh, wasn't that close? That game was a whole lot farther. And basically because Michael Porter Jr. is becoming a star. So that made me ask you guys this. So far, of course, it's preseason. It's kind of too early. But so far, who do you think has shined the brightest from the least guys that you expected? And and I'm gonna give you the guys. So that way is it Talon Horton Tucker for the Lakers? You think he shined? Do you think Zion did real good? Do you think Shake Milton did good for the Sixers, or do you think Michael Porter Jr. did really, really good? Because
I like the Horton guy.
Talon Horton.
Yeah, he got too many.
Talon Horton Tucker.
He got too many names on that jersey. It couldn't even fit one of the names. They'll leave one off. But this dude, he did some real power move stuff last night. He had some great highlights, in the games that he played. I think he shined the most because I don't know if it's because we were looking left and he came right. You know what I mean? But he got my attention crazy. Like his highlight moves were like, we ain't seen those kind of moves in a minute. Like we were just talking about where's the big guy, where's the post move. He did some real post spins and all that. Nice.
I think you're right about that, Talent, because he was the one guy nobody was looking at. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
I think the light really falls on him more than anything. But I'd have to say the second light would have to fall more on Shake Milton too, because nobody saw Shake come out like that either. Fig, who's your guy?
I like the Horton dude, man, but I think he needs to go to the Maury Povich show and narrow his narrow down to one name. He needs one last name. I can go to Maury and find out who the father is so he can get one name on his jersey. Yo, man, listen. It's preseason, man. It's just like these guys, you know what? These guys are really going to come into fruition during the regular season when they have to play up against the starters. Because right now, a lot of these guys are shining because they're playing against guys who probably might not even make the team. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's easy to look good against a guy who is going to be bagging groceries or working in produce when the real season starts. So I want to see what these guys look like going up against the stars.
Right. But
that's how you can tell whether they're going to be good or not.
One last question about the NBA before I jump into NFL, before I bring Rodney in real fast. I'll say this because you guys are both Knicks fans. I'm going to throw this out there. I'll say this. The Knicks youth looked very promising under Thibodeau. So I'm going to say, are you guys happy because you're Knicks fans? You know what I mean? Are you happy or are you sitting there saying, you know what, I need to see more? What you think, Town? You need to see more?
You see what it is. You see what we did. You see what it is. We handed out that ass whooping. You seen it.
Yeah. I saw
you know what I mean?
Like you said, it's preseason. So that's what I'm saying.
They might have came in stomping and running to the left line. I tell you what, after that ass whooping, they tippy-toed out of there. Tippy-toed. They did a tippy-toe out of it. I like the way we look. You know what I like more than just the win? The win's always great, but I see a different energy.
Mm-hmm.
I see a team.
Mm-hmm.
I see a team, bro. And they had that youthful, exuberant, like all over the place, like in your face energy, like playing like a team. Look out for my boys, man. I think y'all gonna show me some respect this year.
Yo, I'll tell you this, Fig. I think that Thibodeau and the Knicks after one preseason game, or maybe it's a two, they have the entire New York Knicks fan base. They have the entire New York Knicks fan base excited about what's going on right now. So I'm gonna throw it out to you, Fig, because you watch basketball. Were you excited too?
Yes, sir. And let me tell you something, man. I got upset, man, when at halftime, and I clicked it off for a minute, then I clicked back on. I recorded it so I could watch the whole thing, man. But I don't even know this young kid's name, but he was taken after he was drafted after Obi Toppin.
Mm-hmm.
Is young point guard. This kid, man, I'm like, yo, he's a shooter, he's a slasher, he gets to the rack. I'm like, this kid looks good, man. I like the direction that we're going in. Am I saying that we're gonna make noise in the East? Hell no. I'm not saying that. But I like the direction that we're going in. But this is one thing I am gonna say. When the Knicks rolled out that team, when it was over, Thibodeau got on the mic and said, Cleveland, this is for you.
Fig, you got too much time on your hands, bro. You got too much time on your
I'm not sending you no more coffee mugs.
I'm trying to say you got too much time on your hands. All right, let's talk about the NFL. Let me talk about the NFL. You know, when I woke up this morning, I cut the TV on. You know what I mean? The first thing that popped up made me go, really? And here's how it was. The question was proposed that Aaron Rodgers was having a conversation about that he is the GOAT. And Aaron Rodgers said, I should be in that conversation. Talent, do you think Aaron Rodgers should be in the conversation of being the GOAT, the greatest football player, greatest quarterback of all time? That's
see, football is tricky. Are we talking about football player or quarterback?
Let's go with quarterback. He's going to go with quarterback.
Yes, then yes. Because to me, all time in my list, I mean, and his story's still being written, but all time he would be probably in my top 5, but I wouldn't have him at the top. But I think he's the best, like right now in the game, pound for pound. I would give it to him. But again, his story's still being written. So I think he should be an argument.
Me and you are going to have an argument. I'm going to tell you why in a second. Go ahead, you Fig. What you think, Fig?
No, because I'm sticking to my guns on my criteria.
Bingo.
To me, criteria is always going to be winning.
No.
You don't win, he got one. And there's so many guys that have so many more than one. And getting there.
That's a bad point.
Getting there. Let me just say, this is my criteria.
No,
it's the kind of pressure. Let me tell you why. It's the kind of pressure.
I'm gonna tell you in a minute.
It's the kind of pressure they put on all athletes. Yeah, he's good, but it's the same pressure they put on Barkley, Jordan before he won. It's the same pressure they putting on James Harden right now. They put it on LeBron James, Kevin Durant. All of the players that we talk about right now, to me, Damian Lillard is all world, but he never won nothing. Allen Iverson was He was culture changer, but he never won. So I'm gonna get back to Aaron Rodgers and my criteria.
Yeah, use football examples. You please use football examples.
My criteria is Jim Kelly, 4 times in a row, I believe.
4 times, yes.
In a row, 0. Nobody talks about Jim Kelly as the greatest, or even close. I mean, you went 4 years in a row,
and 3 years before that, he almost got it 3 years consistently.
And nobody even talks about how great Jim Kelly was. You know why? Because he didn't win. So I mean, other people can have their criteria. Just my criteria is like when you on the biggest stage, which is the NBA Finals, the Super Bowl, or the World Series. In order for you to be in the name of the greats of all time, that Mount Rushmore of players, you got to win.
Yeah,
you just got to win. Now, I think Aaron Rodgers is
and the only one.
He's phenomenal. His talent is out of this world. But you got to win more than one.
All right, Talent, what you got to say about that? What you got to say about that? Because you said the other end of the spectrum a couple months ago. You said the other end of the spectrum a couple months ago.
I call bullshit. You know why I call bullshit? The reason why that can't be your criteria is because there's a lot of guys with rings who ain't better than nobody. They just happen to be at the right place at the right time. You know what I mean? Robert Ory's not better than Magic Johnson. He got more rings. That don't make hold up. Okay. Right. You asked me to give you the rebuttal. That don't make you better or the GOAT. You know what I mean? You have to pile everything together. Perfect example. We talking football. You can't say that you pick your best quarterback. He's not going to be better than Peyton Manning, who only has 2. He's not going to be better than Dan Marino, who has none. You are as good as you are. Are you the best at your position? We got to look at your stats and what you did overall as stats. You can't cherry pick one thing and say this what make you the GOAT. That's unfair.
Well, okay. when it goes back to winning, let me wrap that around with a bow. You got to be the star of your team, because when we talk about the greats, Dwayne Wade got 3 championships, 2 with LeBron James, 1 before LeBron James got there. And nobody really talks about Dwayne Wade as the greatest of all time for whatever reason. He's not in the GOAT conversation. But then we give LeBron James the merits because he won so many times.
Please stick to the football. Please stick to the football. Right. Please stick to
football. The football thing is this. To me, it's still let me just say this. You can't be a role player and we count you as the greatest of all time because you just happen to be on the team that got championships. You got to be the star of your team and have championships in order for me to put you in the greatest of all time list. Tom Brady, his talent as great as some of the other football players that we're talking about? No, but is he able to get you over the hump? Is he able to win? You got 6 championships in the NFL, which to me is harder than the NBA. I'm a big fan, huge fan of Peyton Manning, but I can't put him in the GOAT conversation with two championships.
Talon, you want another rebuttal? Take it that one.
It doesn't make sense. You if you're gonna get a criteria, you have to get a criteria that works all around, not that you can tailor and cater to the people you like. If you're gonna use a criteria, when I talk about the greatest of all time, I'm gonna have a Joe Montana in that conversation. I'm gonna have a Brady in that conversation. I'm gonna have Aaron Rodgers.
They won. Joe Montana won. Brady won.
But listen what I'm saying,
and
though.
He got great stats.
But it don't matter. He won, but he has the stats to go along with the wins. Look at a guy like Dan Marino. You can't tell me that you can't. People are not going to argue for Dan Marino, even though he didn't win the game. He won many games.
No, but the reason why Dan Marino was in those conversations is because of his stats, and he won.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. There's different things.
But what what Fig is saying is you're using the stats, and on top of
everything. I got to use everything. Here's my thing. This is why. Yeah, everything is. You got to look at everything. The reason why, like, take a great back like a Emmitt Smith. The reason why there's so many backs I would put above Emmitt Smith is when you go to look how Emmitt got a lot of his yardage. Dallas was champion the screen pass.
Right.
Emmett was the gangster of catch the screen pass and get extra yardage. He wasn't a line of scrimmage guy like a Barry Sanders. There's a big difference in the way he played the game. So
yeah,
when
but
you
he
go
was
to the
MVP. But Emmitt Smith was MVP several times in the
but
league.
he's not.
And
Is,
they
but
won.
is he the GOAT? Is he the GOAT in running backs? No.
No, he's not. No, he's not. But that's why I say quarterback. I was talking about overall. You know,
Oh, no,
Let
I'm
me
just giving
ask you a
an
question,
analogy. I
T.
know.
Let me
What?
ask you a question. You get all these stats, right? You got the girl, you went out with her, people see you with her, you taking pictures, y'all out to dinner and stuff like that. She always over at the house and stuff like that. You never smash. Never. You the GOAT?
What?
in your eyes, I would be.
Never smash?
I'm still gonna be the GOAT, because I'm a man. You know what a man gonna do? He gonna lie.
No, you know what a
But
man.
you can't lie. You can't lie in sports. We can see it.
I'm gonna go. I smashed.
A real man is not going to tell. A real man is going to say, "I don't smash and tell."
That's not true. Bro. That's not. First of all, if you don't smash and tell, man, you violating the man code.
Yeah, because everybody going to know that immediately as you ain't smashed.
But you came out the room cheesing.
You're telling.
Something happened.
You're telling. Smell my finger.
All right, let me go back to. Let me just go back, and before I bring in Rodney Perry, let me just go back to one thing. I want to say that in order to be the GOAT, Aaron Rodgers threw that out there. I don't think he should be in the conversation because the people who are in the conversation are simple. It's Terry for quarterback. It's Terry Bradshaw, it's Tom Brady, and it's Joe Montana. And to me, it's Tom Brady because he got 6. Terry Bradshaw, he got 5. And Joe Montana, he got 3. And on top of that, and also on their shelf, hold on, let me finish. Also on their shelves is several MVPs. And so that's what you asked me to go.
I thought Montana had 4.
No, he got 3. He got 3.
Really? Why I think Montana had 4?
First of all, Terry Bradshaw ain't even in my joint. See, that's the thing I don't like
Terry
about
Bradshaw got 5 though. He got 5.
Yeah, but see, we got to stop doing just because you got that. Don't make you the GOAT.
Yo, but that's the Super Bowl. You brought home the Super Bowl championship.
Yeah, man, but still, that don't make you the GOAT, man.
Yeah, it does.
There's cats out there, we don't even remember their name that got 4 or 5.
To me, it does, because if you take a team and you bring a team consistently to the Super Bowl, consistently, like in the 70s, it was always the Cowboys and the Steelers always won. You know what I mean? Roger Staubach, he was considered he was really good, but the Cowboys wasn't beating them all the time. The Steelers won 5. You can't knock that. You can't knock it. Terry Bradshaw was the QB. You know what I mean? The Patriots
don't
won.
make you the GOAT, though, Frank. Just because you're there don't make you the GOAT, fam.
I didn't say he was the GOAT. I said he's in the conversation. To me,
he's never been in my conversation ever.
Okay.
Sorry.
Again, in sports, everybody has an
I'm from the projects. You know what they never say in the projects? They never say that name.
Yo, let me just say this. Before you throw it to Rodney Perry. Rodney, I did not bring up the Knicks. That was Frank. All right, that's all I got to say.
All right, Rodney, it's your turn.
Took y'all long enough to get to me.
Amir said Joe Montana had 4 Super Bowl rings. I'm gonna double check that because I could have sworn it was 3. And I could have sworn what's his name had 2 more after that. But anyway, go ahead.
I'll tell you
All
right
right, let's jump right into it. Y'all got to the GOAT conversation. I'm working my way backwards. And Tyler had the audacity to bring up Barry Sanders, who quit. He quit. Walked away from the game.
One of the greatest running backs, though.
He's one of the greatest, but he's not the GOAT. He is not the GOAT. And who is the GOAT? Walter Payton, a Chicago Bear.
Sweetness.
The greatest running back of all time. Maybe Jim Brown. We already know Jim threw his lady off a balcony. I mean, let's know what it is. All right. It always bothers me when people bring up Dan Marino in this conversation because, like Frank and Fig, Dan Marino got no rings. Dan Marino is a great quarterback, and when they get to having them conversations, when everybody get to talking, Dan Marino got to go sit his ass in the corner and shut up.
Yeah. By the way, Joe got 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah. The wifey just told me. I saw that posted up this year.
Oh, you believe her, but you're not gonna believe me.
You damn right. I gotta live with her.
Right.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all.
Go ahead, Rodney.
My turn. Y'all brought up great Gordon Hayward, and I decided to play a little bit. Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward got what you call bad luck. That's right. Man can't keep it together. Bad luck. What you got? Just what you got. You got bad luck. Just what you got. You got what you got. You got bad luck. Bad luck. Okay. You guys really kill me how y'all get excited over these teams. Phoenix, maybe they go. Maybe Phoenix is again. Maybe Phoenix. Ooh, they gonna be in the West. Well, let's look at it. Let's look at the West. Top of the West is Los Angeles Lakers. Number 2, the Clippers. Number 3, the Nuggets. Number 4, the Rockets. Number 5, Oklahoma City. Number 6, the Jazz. Number 7, Dallas Mavericks. Number 8, the Portland Trailblazers. The Phoenix Suns are 10. Not 5, not 6, 10. Are you serious? Frankie? Man, don't get me started. Oh.
Frankie!
Tyler, you've had some moments today. The phrase bombed out was nothing short of amazing. He said they were bombed out. We catch balls all day. Pause. We hit a new high as a show today. We had a 3 analogy trifecta. We had the warm-up analogy. Talent threw that out there, killed it. Then he doubled back with the soul food analogy. He threw a lob ball with the tipsy wordplay. And in my mind, we can't get no better than that. Once I get my analogy out of Talent, I really could go. But then Fig came out of nowhere with a Hail Mary for a touchdown that might make him the GOAT of analogies with a smash analogy. The smash analogy came through. I do believe that we will be Me Too, that will not be on air tomorrow. When y'all start smashing and stuff, I was like, oh, it's over.
Oh, God.
NCAA reform bill. This is the thing about the college football ranks or college ranks in general. You have to pay everybody. You can't just play the football players. You can't just pay the people that make the most money. You got to pay the people playing lacrosse. You got to play the dude on the Frisbee team. You got to pay everybody. And because of that creates a vacuum where it's hard. I would love to see these men and women get paid, track and everybody, but I don't know if a bill like this will ever pass, man. There's too many people against it. And finally, the Negro Leagues. You know what? Pay attention. Look at the money, okay? You start thinking baseball. Baseball is void of something right now. Baseball is void of American blacks. So how do you get American blacks? You start to serenade the Negro Leagues. You start to show that you're in tune with the history. And that's what we're seeing right now. Why are they talking about the Negro Leagues all of a sudden? They want to get American black kids back into baseball. People are not playing. The people that look like black people and playing baseball are all Spanish. No disrespect to my Spanish brothers and sisters, but they want some American blacks. You know, the Ken Griffey Jr.'s, the Hank Aaron's, they want those guys back in baseball and those big athletes. So I think we'll see that in the next few years. And Aaron Rodgers, is he the GOAT? I don't think so. but he is definitely that man.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
that must be the entire report from my man called I Disagree, Mr. Rodney Perry. Right? Rodney, am I overstepping? Are you done?
No, I'm done. Of course you can sit. I'm done, Frank.
Here we go.
I will again let y'all know that Gordon Hayward has got bad luck.
Hey, Rodney, fix your camera.
Bad luck.
Yeah.
That's the great Teddy Pendergrass, baby.
Man, that's a great. Now let's jump back into what we always talk about, man. We was talking about a couple of things. So we got to do our picks like we always do, right? We do that all the time, right? We got to do it. And the first game I want to talk about is the New Orleans Saints game, and the Saints are playing the Chiefs, right? And that's the big highlight of the weekend. Everybody's looking at that game. It's getting ready to happen. So, Fig, I'm gonna start with you, man. The Saints they don't have their QB, right? They ain't got him. Are you going with the Saints or are you going with the Chiefs?
I'm going with Kansas City, man, because even if the Saints had Drew Brees, barring injury, on the Kansas City side, I'm going with Kansas City. And let me tell you something else. The thing that I want to know is the receiver Hill, did he pull his hamstring? Because the last game he ran a touchdown and he grabbed his hamstring. So I just want to know, Tyreek Hill healthy? But I'm going with Kansas City, man.
I would have Rodney.
First of all, look at Rodney. First of all, I just want to say one thing, Rodney. You are decked out, and in the honor of that nice ensemble, no Rodney, no rerun, no rent. No Rodney, no rerun, no rent. No Rodney, no rent. I'm going with the Chiefs, yo.
So tell who you got, man. Who you got between the Saints?
Chiefs.
Who you got, Rodney?
I'm gonna take the Saints jive turkeys.
All right. Tonight's game is the Chargers are playing the Raiders, man. Fig, who you got? Chargers or Raiders?
The Raiders.
Okay. I got the Raiders. Buffalo Bills is playing Denver.
Wait. You gotta ask everybody, man, so I can put this down.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought I did. Rodney, who you got?
Chargers.
Talent.
Chargers.
Bills versus Denver. Rodney, who you got?
Bills. Let's
see. Carolina is playing Green Bay. Does anybody got Carolina?
You see how quick y'all are to jump on Green Bay, you little jock strap, but nobody want to put them in the conversation. Grow up.
Because that's Carolina. That's why. San Francisco is playing the Cowboys. Has anybody got the Cowboys?
I mean, they both like little steaming piles of dookie right now.
Yeah.
So, and San Francisco is decimated by injury. If the Dallas is going to sneak a win, it'll be against them. I'm not gonna have an SF. I go SFO.
Okay. So you got San Francisco. Fig, who you got?
San Fran.
You got San Fran? I got San Fran. Fig, you got San Fran?
San Fran got a nice defense, man. I'm going with San Fran.
Seattle's playing Washington. Does anybody got Washington?
You know what?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Washington.
That Washington football team has been looking good last couple of weeks, but I can't bet against Russell and his lady.
Yeah, because they can't afford to lose no more. If they lose anymore, they're gonna be in jeopardy falling down.
Yeah, but they just put up 40 points. You can't expect them to come back and play good.
Yeah, not like that. I got Seattle too. Fig, you got Seattle?
Seattle.
Okay. Chicago Bears is playing the Minnesota Vikings. You know what I mean? That's a big game.
Isn't that a rivalry game?
Yeah, it's a rivalry.
The Bears are still in Chicago?
See, that wasn't me, Rodney. That wasn't me. It wasn't me. Rodney, who you got? I know you got the Bears, right?
Yeah, man.
Rodney's out and quiet.
I got the Bears.
Charlie, who you got, the Bears or the Vikings?
Vikings.
Fig.
Wish I would bet on the Bears.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the Bears, man. I think the Bears got more to play for.
Y'all got to pick faster. We run out of time. Patriots versus Dolphins. You know I'm sticking to Patriots. Fig, who you got?
No, I'm going with the Dolphins. Man.
Dolphins.
Who you got? Dolphins. Rodney.
Who?
Patriots, Dolphins.
And every time I go with the Patriots, they let me down. I'm gonna take Miami.
Who'd you pick, Talent?
Miami.
You pick Miami. Jacksonville playing Baltimore. 1 o'clock Sunday. They got a lot of wide receivers out. That might be the game they get snuck on. I don't know.
Ravens.
Must win for the Ravens. I'm taking Ravens.
Ravens. Must win.
Ravens?
Baltimore, baby.
I got Baltimore myself. Tampa Bay is playing Atlanta. One time they got to play Atlanta week after next too. So this definitely gonna be the game they got. Rodney, you got Tampa Bay?
I'm taking the Saints.
Tampa Bay.
The Falcons.
You taking the Falcons?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with Tampa Bay because if they don't win, they out of the playoffs.
Yeah. Detroit playing Tennessee.
Nah.
Tennessee.
Houston is playing the Colts. I got the Colts. How about you, Fig?
Yeah, I'm going with the Colts.
How about you?
I'm gonna take Houston.
My man Rodney Perry. Rodney Perry, Philadelphia is playing Arizona. My man Justin Hurts. Who you got, Rodney?
AZ.
I'm going Philadelphia. I think Justin Hurts is going to put
Jalen.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to do something. What you think, Talent?
He going to do something. He's going to lose.
Okay. Who you got?
I'm going to go with the Cardinals, man. I'm going to go with Kyler Murray.
Okay. I'm sticking with Philly. Like I said, the Jets is playing the Chargers. The Rams. The Jets is playing the Rams. So, Fig, who you got? The Jets?
Really?
I just thought I'd ask.
The Rams, man. The Rams are in contention for the playoffs. The Jets are in contention for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, they ain't
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
The Jets is going to get rammed.
Cleveland versus the New York Giants. The New York Giants.
Damn, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great one. So
that's gonna be a good game.
I hate to say this, but Cleveland gonna win that game, and they're gonna beat the Giants bad.
I got Cleveland too.
I'm going with Cleveland because the Giants, even their quarterback is injured. So
yep. And how about you?
You running quarterback this week, right?
Huh?
Callan, you quarterback this week.
I gotta go with Cleveland this week. They ain't got no quarterback.
I'm saying
Rodney said you going quarterback this week.
No, I'm in. My toe hurt.
Tally gonna take a bathroom break.
Tally gonna come off the bench though the second quarter, y'all. Don't sleep. He gonna come running in. He gonna come running in the game. He gonna do a Paul Pierce. Pittsburgh playing Cincinnati. I got. You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb, man. I'm gonna take Cincinnati. No, I'm crazy. I'm going Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh got this.
How about you, Rodney?
Pittsburgh all day.
Okay, so that's it. That's the games. And that's
all of it.
That's all of them. And
y'all want the standings?
Yeah, we what are the standings?
Yo, everybody did decent last. Well, I mean, close. You know, Rodney Perry, 8 games last week for a grand total of 100. Frank, you got 8 games last week. You got 101. Talent hit 10 games last week for 110.
Wow, Talent, you making some money off this or what?
Stats got 9 wins last week for 110. And guess who got a 12 wins last week for 111? I'm up by 1.
Nice.
That is the first time since we started.
Hey, Fig, long as I'm kicking these 2 asses right here. You know what I mean? Mr. Chicago man.
Don't let Chicago win without being here.
What?
Stats He texts his picks in every week. Listen, and I make sure he get them in before the game is played too. Statue trying to get over.
I want to know where Rodney Perry found a suede front hat.
That's leather action, brother.
Them joints only came in zip up sweaters.
Well, yo, we got to get ready to go. Tomorrow we are going to have to continue on this conversation. But tomorrow the GOAT conversation is going to apply to the NBA. We're going to do this whole conversation. It's the box seat. We're going to probably argue about Jordan. We're going to probably argue about Kobe. We're going to probably argue about LeBron. That's tomorrow. The show's called The Box Seat. You know what we do every Monday through Friday from 1 to 2. That's how we do it. It's how we get down. This is called The Box Seats on the Humor Mill channel. You could download the app, or you could tell a friend to tell a friend, or you could even watch it on your cable service provider. We got some big news going on to review about that in a couple of days. So stay tuned. Tell your friend to tell a friend. We'll see y'all tomorrow, Friday. That's how we do it. We'll see y'all same bad time, same bad channel.